Matthews? Right over here, yeah.
Yeah.
And the OLEDs.
Nice to see you again.
Bill 26 CF 593, State of Wisconsin versus Keegan Matthews. Appearance, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
And the defense appears in person by Zachariah May, along with Mr. Matthews, who appears in person.
Do you have a copy of the complaint?
I have been provided one, Your Honor.
Would you like me to read it?
Sorry, we will waive reading at this time. I did have a chance to speak with Mr. Matthews this morning about the allegations.
Is the address on Topaz Lane up to date?
That is still 7:35. Yes, Your Honor, it is.
All right. Thank you. I've reviewed the complaint. I find that it states probable cause. What's the state's position on bond?
Your Honor, the state's asking for $25,000 cash bail. These are Act 3 offenses. This is an extremely violent incident where the victim had to undergo emergency surgery for a severed artery. This could have ended in a severe injury or death. The state is also asking for no contact with Jacob D. That's JAYKOB. D is in dog. And then a ban from any place where that person resides.
On behalf of Mr. Matthews?
Okay. Certainly, Your Honor. We are asking for a signature bond here. Just first and foremost, Mr. Matthews has no prior criminal history. This is the very first case he's ever had. I also note the Dane County Public Safety Assessment as well, which the recommendation is a signature bond instead of a cash bond in this regard. Additionally, Your Honor, Mr. Matthews has been living here in Madison since 2024. He's had a full-time job since then. He represented to me that he's been working at an Amazon warehouse on the east side, I misspoke, east side, since April of 2024, so since he moved here as well. He has had stable residence at 735 Topaz Lane, Your Honor. And he has strong family support as well from his brother, from his mother. They are all in his corner. We would be asking for a signature bond, and we would not object to the no contact. Mr. Matthews, quite frankly, he vehemently disputes the charges. He does not wish to have contact with the alleged victim either. However, one concern we would have about the no contact is my understanding is both Mr. Matthews and the alleged victim both work at the same Amazon warehouse facility. They no longer reside together. My understanding is either the alleged victim has moved out or is in the process of moving out of that residence, but we would have no objection to a no contact. We would just ask for some kind of exception carved out to allow Mr. Matthews to continue his employment. He's reported to me that he has that job waiting for him if he's released from custody.
All right. Well, the public safety assessment on file does suggest that a signature bond is appropriate. It notes that Mr. Matthews has no prior misdemeanor convictions, no prior felony convictions, and no history of having missed court. He's got fairly significant contacts with the community. It appears that he has made steps to get counsel to represent him today. So I think he's a person who's likely going to appear in court as directed. I think that the no contact at this point is sufficient to protect the public. I'm going to order the no contact. Mr. Matthews, it's just going to be a no contact with Jacob D. Or his residence. If you work together, you need to make sure you're not having contact at the same place. So I'm not going to make a carve out for employment purposes. Time limits for the preliminary hearing, counsel.
I did not have a chance to speak with Mr. Matthews about that, so just because of that, we'll not be waiving time limits right now.
All right, we'll schedule the matter for a timely preliminary hearing.
Okay.
We'll work on that matter.
Okay.
Weber, next, David Weber. Weber. Put a stem in yellow.
This is 26 CM 542, State of Wisconsin versus David Weber. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Attorney Madison Pelley on behalf of David Weber, who appears in person. I am appearing as a friend of the court today. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. The address is correct. We would waive the reading. We'd like to enter a plea of not guilty.
And I've reviewed the complaint, find that it states probable cause and enter that not guilty plea on Mr. Weber's behalf. What's the state's position on bond?
No objection to a signature bond, but with the condition that the defendant not have any contact with William N.
Any objection?
The victim and Mr. Weber do live in the same building, so there's no objection to the no contact, but just maybe a clarification that they can both still continue to reside at the same place, or no violent contact would be the request.
Okay, is 6907 Park Ridge Drive an apartment? It's an apartment building. They live in the same.
So it's a condo, and they live on opposite ends of the condo in completely separate units.
All right. I'll order the signature bond. I'll order Mr. Weber that you not have any contact with William N. I don't see why that means that you can't live together and live in the same building, not in the same unit. But you're not to have contact with one another while you're there. Clear. All right. We're adjourned on that matter.
Next will be Smith, Samuel Smith, via Zoom. I'm new to the day, there's quite a lot of noise coming through there. I don't know if that's the defendant or if that's background noise, but we won't be able to carry on with that much coming through. He said he's not being too cooperative right now. So, if he is there, if the bailiff with him could lower the video so we can see him, that would be appreciated. Is he at the spot at all? Just so what? He went back into a cell, so he's not currently there.
Okay, well, I'll call the cases. They are 26 CF 582 and 26 CF 507, both of which are State of Wisconsin versus Samuel Smith. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Smith, I cannot see, so I don't know if he's appearing, but Attorney Stingle is in the courtroom for him.
Apparently, Mr. Smith has elected not to participate in the initial appearance. He's apparently not there, so we will conduct it without him. He's decided he doesn't want to participate. I've reviewed both criminal complaints, find that they state probable cause. I will enter not guilty pleas on Mr. Smith's behalf to the misdemeanors. What's the state's position on bond?
In regard to 26 CF 582, the state is asking for $500 cash bail. The defendant is already on 2 felony cash bails, including a condition that he not be at any Madison Metro stops. Here he's violating those conditions by committing new crimes. Additionally, he has failures to appear in 24 CM 2577. He was issued a signature bond and he failed to appear on July 10th of 2025. The warrant was served on July 28th of 2025. He posted $300 cash and on August 19th and then failed to appear on August 28th of 2025. The similar thing goes for 24 CM 2797 and 25 CM 57, as well as 25 CM 321, where he was released on signature bonds, then failed to appear, was served on July 28th of 2025, posted cash, and then failed to appear again. He has posted cash in other cases. 25 CF 148, he posted $500 on February 3rd of 2025. 25 CF 395, he posted $400 cash on February 26th of 2025. In 25 CF 553, he posted $300 cash on April 23rd of 2025. And then in 25 CF 1310, he posted $500 cash on July 8th of 2025, and he failed to appear on the 10th of July, was served on July 28th and failed to appear again on August 28th of 2025. I think that cash is appropriate here to secure his appearance at court. In the other case, it looks like there was the complaint was reissued in that case, and I would ask that cash, it looks like cash was set at $150 back on February 5th of 2026 by branch 7. And I'd ask that to be reinstated, along with the condition in that case that he not use or possess any financial instruments that are not in his own name. Let me just double check on this other felony case to see if there's any non-monetary conditions. I don't see any non-monetary conditions, so I would just ask that
Looks like
This-
this one prior non-monetary condition, defendant shall not use or possess any financial or transaction instruments not lawfully in their own name.
right.
And I'm guessing that the $150 has already been refunded to the poster and is not eligible for reinstatement.
Okay. But I'd ask for a new $150 in that case.
Okay, counsel, before I ask you, it looks like maybe Mr. Smith has been intermittently walking up to the camera. Mr. Smith, did you want to participate in today's hearing?
He's muted.
I know. You can just give me a sign, Mr. Smith. Give me a. Okay,
I'm getting
Possible.
threatened. I'm getting threatened. I'm getting threatened right now.
okay, all right, Mr. Smith. We can mute it. Go ahead, counsel.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I would ask that you put a signature bond in both of these cases, because they will be tracking with either 25 CF 2160 or 25 CF 395, both of which have $1,000 cash, which have been posted in both of those cases. And I think for someone who qualifies for public defense, $1,000 being on the line is more than sufficient to assure appearance. I would also like the court to know that he has lived in Dane County for the last 30 years, and he has 2 children, ages 12 and 16.
All right, well, I will, on the 507 case, order the $150 cash bail that was set in branch 7 earlier with that same single non-monetary condition that Mr. Smith not use or possess any financial instruments not in his name. I think some cash bail is appropriate in the other case, given Mr. Smith's pretty solid history of not appearing in court. The the allegations here in the complaint, though, are relatively minor. I'll order $250 cash in that case. Did you ask for any non-monetary conditions?
Not in 26 CF 582.
Okay. Council, time limits?
At this point, we're not going to waive time limits.
All right, we'll schedule the matter for a timely preliminary hearing. Or adjourn on that matter.
Rutledge is next, James Rutledge, extradition. Rutledge.
1226 CF 580, State of Wisconsin versus James Rutledge Jr. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Rutledge appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the extradition. The address on it is correct and we waive its formal reading.
All right, Mr. Rutledge, I have in front of me a copy of an extradition complaint. It indicates that in Gwinnett County in Georgia, it appears that you've been charged with entering an automobile or other motor vehicle with intent to commit felony theft or felony. Have you had an opportunity to talk with your lawyer about whether or not you wish to contest the extradition?
So we have had an opportunity to talk, and it is my understanding that he wishes to waive his extradition hearing.
Right.
Okay. Do you have any questions about it?
All right, sir, I have in my hand a waiver of extradition document. Did you sign this?
Yeah.
And before you signed it, did you have an opportunity to speak with your lawyer about signing it?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you wanted to contest the extradition, you have the right to do so? You have a right to have a lawyer represent you at through that proceeding?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you wanted to contest the extradition, you have a right to request service of a warrant by the governor?
Yeah.
And even if a governor's warrant were to be obtained, you'd have a right to test that warrant by a habeas corpus proceeding. Do you understand that?
And what is the habeas corpus proceeding?
It's a hearing where the state would have to produce some documents showing that you were the person named in this complaint.
So that's not the name or actually was involved. Like that's what.
That you are the person who that the I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the county, like Gwinnett County, Georgia is looking to extradite. The facts of that complaint, it's not that they don't matter, you just can't challenge them here in Wisconsin. Okay. Has anybody made any promises to you or threats against you to get you to give up your right to challenge this extradition?
No.
I find that you are knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily waiving your right to contest the extradition. I will remand you to the custody of the sheriff. Good luck, sir.
Thank you. McCarter will be next one, Tom McCarter. Carter. Okay. So that's for me.
Okay. I'll just drop it. Okay. Call 26 CF 577 State of Wisconsin versus MONTEL MCCARTER. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. McCarter appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We'll waive its formal reading. The address on the criminal complaint is correct. And according to my records, he is eligible for public defense representation.
All right, I reviewed the complaint, find that it states probable cause. What's the state's position on?
The state's asking for $1,000 cash bail. The defendant does have a recent failure to appear on September 15th of 2025. He had cash in prior pending cases, but those were later converted to a signature bond. However, there was a case that occurred after this case, which has had a bail hearing already, in which he was just ordered $1,000 cash. So I do think that cash bail is appropriate here as well. The state is also asking for conditions that the defendant or not have any contact with Mark S., that he be banned from the Beacon, and that he be banned from the men's shelter, and not to possess or consume any alcohol.
When you say the men's shelter, is that the one on Dyer Road?
I assume that that's what it is, because I don't know why they would have said both.
I would imagine the complaint indicates that this allegedly happened on in the 2000 block of Zaire Road.
Yeah.
Okay. On behalf of Mr. McCarter?
Yes, thank you. We have no objection to the non-monetary conditions except, but on the monetary condition, we request a signature bond here. While Attorney Wagner correctly stated that he missed a court date, September 15th, 2025, he was only in warrant status there for 2 days. And is based on his representation, he was in custody that whole time. And because he does have the $1,000 cash bond set in his other case 4 days ago, which he hasn't been able to post, and this new case will track along with that case, I think $1,000 is sufficient to assure appearance in both cases, especially since he's public defender eligible. And it's my understanding that he will be able to stay with family in Dane County while this case is pending.
Right. I'll order $1,000 cash bail. I think it's appropriate given Mr. McCarter's failure to appear. I would note that there's a public safety assessment on file, which also recommends cash bail. It notes that Mr. McCarter not only has that one failure to appear in the last 2 years, but also has prior failures to appear that are older than 2 years old. It places him on a 5 of 6 on the failure to appear scale and a 5 of 6 on the new criminal activities scale. I think the $1,000 cash is appropriate. Given those circumstances, I'll order that while this case is pending, Mr. McCarter, you have no contact with Mark S., that you're banned from the Beacon, the men's shelter on Zaire Road, and that you not possess or consume the alcohol. Time limits for the preliminary hearing.
We're not going to waive them at this time.
We'll schedule the matter for a timely preliminary hearing. We're adjourned on that matter.
Thank you.
Surround, Polo, Alberto, next.
Tienes un número de departamento. Cuatro. Pero eso es correcto.
We'll call 26 CF 581 State of Wisconsin versus Alberto Serrano Mota. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Alberto Serrano Mota appears in person in custody with counsel Jason Gonzalez, assisted by Supreme Court Certified Interpreter Fred Svensson. Your Honor, the address is correct. However, apartment 4 should be added. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint and waive its formal reading at this time. Enter not guilty pleas to the misdemeanor counts. Is there a PSA, Your Honor?
No. All right, I have reviewed the complaint. I find that it states probable cause. I'll enter that not guilty plea on his behalf to any misdemeanor counts. What's the state's position on bond?
No objection to a signature bond, but with the conditions that the defendant not have any contact with MLA or OZZ. And that he be banned from Casa Zaragoza on Park Street. And also that he have no contact with Madison Police Officer KN unless required by that official law enforcement duties. Also, no alcohol.
No objection. And we'd waive time limits, ask for status con.
What was the name of the restaurant? Casa.
Casa Zaragoza.
OZA.
Thank you. All right, order of signature bond. Mr. Well, with the same conditions as requested by the state. I'll find that Mr. Serrano Mota has waived the time limits for the preliminary hearings. That would matter for staff.
Thank you.
We're adjourned. You're the only one who wanted to help. You're the only one who wanted to help me on that.
Who's next?
Ariano?
Okay.
Ustedes sí te interpretan. Sí, como ver la denuncia. Ella está aquí de la persona. Esa es la dirección correcta para usted, 209 Whitetail Drive, San Pedro. Ahorita sí. Right now, yes. Vamos del apartamento, nomás es. Se alega que están acusando de manejar el estado de libertad por 4 veces. Por un menor de veces.
Judge.
This is 26 CS 587 State of Wisconsin versus Albert Ariano. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Alvarado appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. The address on it is correct and will waive its formal reading.
I have reviewed the complaint. Find that it states probable cause. I'll enter a not guilty plea to the sole misdemeanor count. What's the state's position on?
One moment, Protect just shut down on me out of nowhere, so give me 1 sec, Judge. The state has no objection to a signature bond, but with the condition that the defendant not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. And if necessary, the state would recommend Dane County pretrial services to monitor alcohol.
Attorney Wagner, are you asking for the pretrial services?
If they're available for considering this is a felony charge.
I'm sorry, I missed, was there any alcohol condition or your request?
No alcohol.
So.
On behalf of Mr. Ariano.
We have no objection to the signature bond or the pretrial services. It's what's recommended by the public safety assessment. He hasn't missed court in the past 2 years, and he hasn't had a criminal case since his last OWI in 2015.
All right, order signature bond, Mr. Ariano, while this case is pending, I'll order that you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, that you not possess or consume any alcohol, and that you cooperate with pretrial services for alcohol monitoring.
Go there when he gets out.
Yes, sir.
You could wait one moment before calling the next case. I need to,
It's fine. I have to find out about the time limits for the preliminary
okay,
hearings.
sorry.
Oh, we'll waive them.
And pretrial services is open until 3 o'clock today. It's possible that Mr. Ariano will be released soon enough to get Thursday, but otherwise we'll be there by.
Si no, hay que venir aquí antes de las 10 de la mañana. Puedes ir directamente aquí, 215 sur de la Hamilton, en este cuarto, en el quinto piso, en el City Council. I just don't want to lose my job. I've already lost too many days.
All right, well, Mr. Ariana, I just ordered that you are released from this case on a signature bond. You'll have it, okay, you'll have until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning to get to pretrial services.
Okay.
I'll find that you've waived time limits for the preliminary hearing. We'll schedule the matter for status. We're adjourned on that matter.
CARLO walks.
Thank you.
Walks.
Are you Mr. Walks?
Yep.
All right, then I'll call 26 CF 584. It's the state of Wisconsin versus CARLO Walks. Appearances, please.
And the state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Walks appears over Zoom through a meal slot. Attorney Stingle appears in the courtroom. Mr. Walks, have you received a copy of the criminal complaint?
Yes, I have. Hey,
Bailiff,
down was loud, yeah.
bailiff, can you give him the criminal complaint?
Yes, no,
I thought he said he hasn't.
Mr. Walks, you have it? Is the
Yeah,
address
yeah.
on it correct?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
I do.
do you understand what you're being charged with?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so Judge, we have received a copy of the criminal complaint. The address on it is correct and will waive its formal reading. I don't know at this moment if he qualifies for public defense representation.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mr. Walks, the lawyer from the public defender's office who's here in the courtroom indicated that it sounds like their office hasn't been able to evaluate you yet to find out whether you qualify for representation for public defender. So you should contact their office as soon as possible in order to find out whether you qualify and so that they can appoint a lawyer to you if you do.
Yeah, okay. Yes, no attorney has spoken to me about this case, so.
Right, that's what the lawyer here said, is that they weren't able to evaluate you. I've reviewed the criminal complaint. I find that it states probable cause. I'll enter not guilty pleas to counts 4 and 5. What's the state's position on bond?
Your Honor, the state is asking for $25,000 cash bail along with pretrial services with GPS if he posts that he have no contact with the victim, AS, and that he be banned from Retke Street in Madison or Retke Avenue. This is an extremely violent situation in which the defendant entered this apartment. The door was unlocked because she was expecting somebody else, but it appears that she was assaulted and looks like this was a sexual assault or attempted sexual assault here. There was items that were also stolen by the defendant. Multiple people were able to identify him. Given the facts here, I think that significant cash is appropriate. He does have a long criminal history as well. He was going back to 2004, including a wide range of criminal activity from theft to burglary, drug dealing, and assault. Most recently, he went to prison with 3 years of initial confinement and 2 years of extended supervision on a 2019 burglary. And he was also convicted of 3 misdemeanors in 2024 to 2025. Given this significant criminal history as well as the aggravated facts here, I think that significant cash is appropriate.
Counsel, any argument on behalf of Mr. Walks?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. $25,000 is a lot of money, and I don't know if he qualifies for public defense, but it does look like he had a public defender in the past, and so for someone who at one point qualified for a public defender, that is a significant amount of money. He doesn't have any other open cases currently pending, and it's my understanding that he hasn't missed court in any kind of recent history. And I do understand that these are Act 3 eligible offenses, so some cash is necessary. But I would ask that the court order something significantly more reasonable for someone who has public defense representation, like $2,000.
Mr. Walks, I understand you're on a probation hold. Are you being held on a probation hold?
Yes.
Okay. Right. I agree with the parties. These are serious charges here. They carry serious potential penalties. They're Act 3 eligible. I think cash is appropriate. I'll order an amount of $10,000. I'll order Mr. Walks not have any contact with, say, FAS.
No, it was AS, but with the middle initial, it would be ACS.
ACS.
Correct.
All right, Mr. Walks, no contact with someone by the name, by the initials ACS. That's the person in the complaint. And the geographic band, counsel, I didn't get what street that was.
It was Retke.
Can you spell it, please?
I believe it's RE.
THKE, Retke?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Walks, if it sounds like you're not going to be released, or it's unlikely that you'd be released on that probation hold anyway, but if you are not to be on Retke Avenue in Madison. I assume that the matter should be scheduled for a timely preliminary hearing, counsel?
Yes, Judge.
That's what it will be scheduled for.
Careful.
Who's this?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Preguntas especiales de separar es agresión sexual, es decir, involucrado. Sí, esta es la dirección.
Once we get started, there's been a request that the interpretation happen consecutively for the last 5 minutes.
Se está pidiendo que la interpretación sea consecutiva para el señor Arias Funes.
This is 26 CF 591, State of Wisconsin versus Miguel Arias Funes. Appearances, please.
Este es el estado de Wisconsin contra Miguel Arias Funes, 26 CF 591. Comparecencias, por favor.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
El estado comparece por fiscal asistente Ben
Mr.
Wagner.
Funes appears by Attorney Stingle. He is in custody and in person. We have received a copy of the criminal
Arias
complaint.
Funes
The
está
address.
aquí por
A little bit more.
Yep.
este es el señor, bueno, la abogada Stingle de la Oficina del Defensor Público está aquí hoy día para representar al señor Arias Funes para la comparecencia hoy.
We have received a copy of the criminal complaint.
Hemos recibido una copia de la denuncia criminal.
The address on it is correct,
La dirección es la dirección correcta
and we'll waive its formal reading.
y vamos a renunciar que se lea formalmente.
I've reviewed the complaint, find that it states probable cause.
He revisado la denuncia, determino que indica el motivo fundado.
What's the state's position on bond?
¿Qué es la posición del Estado sobre la fianza?
The state has no objection to a signature bond.
El Estado no se opone a que se imponga una fianza de promesa.
However, the state would request non-monetary conditions that the defendant not have any contact with KRL and that he be banned from the 2200 block of Allied Drive.
El Estado quiere pedir una fianza de promesa, pero con ciertas condiciones no monetarias, que no tenga ningún contacto con la persona con iniciales KRL y que no esté en la cuadra 2200 de Allied Drive.
Any objection?
¿Alguna
No
oposición?
objection to the signature bond. This is his first criminal charge. He's only previously had forfeitures, which all have been paid in full.
Ninguna oposición a la fianza de promesa. Él no tiene ningunos antecedentes penales, menos que unas multas que se ha pagado anteriormente.
Did you indicate whether there are any objections to the non-monetary conditions requested?
Pero ¿ha usted considerado si alguna oposición a las condiciones no monetarias?
No objection to the non-monetary conditions either.
Ninguna oposición a las condiciones no monetarias.
Right, I'll order a signature bond. Mr. Arias Fuentes, while this matter is pending, you are to have no contact with someone by the name of the initials KRL. And you are banned from the 2200 block of Allied Drive.
Muy bien, señor. Le vamos a hacer una orden, una fianza de promesa a volver a la corte con condiciones que usted no tenga ningún contacto con la víctima con iniciales KRL ni que esté en la cuadra 2200 de la Allied Drive.
Time limits for the preliminary hearing.
Límites de tiempo para la audiencia preliminar.
We'll waive them.
Los vamos a renunciar.
I'll find that Mr. Arias Fuentes has waived the time limits for the preliminary hearing. We'll schedule the matter for status.
Determino que el señor Arias Fuentes ha renunciado los límites de tiempo y se programará esto para una audiencia sobre el estado del caso.
Sir, you will get that date on your way out. Make sure you come back to court then.
Señor, asegúrese que usted regrese a la corte para la siguiente audiencia que usted va a recibir en ese otro cuarto en un momento.
CARLO, that's Edgar and CARLO. She's always enough. You have your CARLO.
I need to lift it up a little.
I know it's more the A class.
Different perspective.
Do
We need no. La señora, tienes el cargo por expresar una falsedad. y quebrantar condiciones de fianzas previas.
Do you want me to demonstrate?
Con usted.
Do you want them to write?
¿Quieres que se lean en voz alta aquí en el tribunal o no?
Sí, pues vamos.
No es tan necesario.
Is this address correct?
¿Es esta la dirección correcta para usted?
No.
No. ¿Cuál es la dirección
Is this
correcta?
address correct?
¿Es esta la dirección correcta?
Pienso que sí, pero es que no estoy totalmente seguro.
I think so, but I'm not completely sure.
Pero creo que sí.
But I believe so.
Okay, we'll update this. We'll get the
Vamos a
court this
indicar
address
esta
today.
dirección y a la corte si se cambia. Si no es correcto, hay que verificar la corte, pero creo que no.
All right, I'll call 23
Muy bien.
CF
CF
440,
440
23 CF 3161,
361
26 CF 553, 26 CT 172,
72
all of which are state of Wisconsin versus EDGAR Amparo Ocegueda.
Señora,
Appearances, please.
presencias, por favor.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Amparo or
Señora,
Oceguera appears in person in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of all of the criminal complaints. We waive the formal reading.
Counsel, just so you know,
Oh.
there have been initial appearances already on 23 CF 490, 23 CF 3161.
Mhm.
They are both here for a bail hearing after Mr. Carl Ocegueda missed court on June 18th of 2024 and a warrant was issued.
Yes, okay, and then on the new case, we need to update, or I guess on all of the cases, we need to update the address. It looks like one of them has the correct address. It's the Fitch Hatchery address.
I don't have that immediately in front of me.
Okay, yep, I can read it. So it is 5402 Fitch Hatchery Road, Madison, Wisconsin, 53711. Apartment 2.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Is that your correct address?
¿Es esa la dirección correcta? ¿O esa?
Not that. Okay, actually, correction. It's
Correcta es.
2401 Fitch Hatchery Road.
Yes.
Okay, with respect to 26 CF 553, I've reviewed the criminal complaint. I find that it states probable cause. The complaint to 26 CP 172 also states probable cause. I'll enter not guilty pleas on Mr. Ocegueda's behalf.
Señor Ceguera,
What is the state's position on bail?
In 26 CF 553, the state is requesting $5,000 cash bail, along with the condition that the defendant not have contact with La Concha Bakery in Delhi, and that he have no contact with Tina K. As was previously mentioned, the defendant has been on a bench warrant in 23 CF 3161 and 23 CF 440 since June 18th of 2024. Given that circumstance, as well as these being his third and fourth open cases, I think that significant cash is necessary. I would also ask for $1,000 cash bail on the 2023 cases, along with the previously ordered non-monetary conditions. And then I would have no objection to a signature bond in 26 CT 172, except that with the condition that he have no, or that he not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, and that he not operate a motor vehicle without a functioning IID.
On behalf of Mr. Ocegueda,
Señor Ocegueda.
Y yo conseguí eso por las condiciones que me están diciendo.
And I accept the conditions there is.
Okay, so we have no objection to the conditions that were asked for. We have no objection to the signature bond in the 26 CT case. As far as the other three cases go, we are asking for $500 in the case ending in 553. And in the 2023 cases, we're asking for $250 each. So that total of $1,000, I think, is sufficient for someone who is public defender eligible to assure their appearance, especially since all of these cases are going to be tracking together. I would also like the court to know that he's been in Dane County for the last 6 years, and he has one child who is 7 years old.
do you have any explanation for the missed court appearance back in 2024?
Por ver faltado en la corte en los casos de 2024.
Tenía una abogada designada en el caso que me estuve en otras cortes, yo no encontré en una corte, pero en la semana que me iban a hacer mi filipina, cuando me conté mi filipina, no me contestó para la semana el teléfono y yo ya no supe el día ni la hora. Y ese no contestó hasta el mismo día.
So I had an assigned attorney, I come to all the court hearings, and the week before the last hearing I was supposed to have, I was calling the attorney to ask about when my court date was, I never found out.
It's my understanding that his previous attorney didn't have great communication with him, and there was a miscommunication on when his next court date was going to be.
I would note that CCAP suggests anyway that that date was set while Mr. Ocegueda was in court. But it does suggest that he had been attending his court appearances prior to that missed date.
Yes.
Ultimately, though, Mr. Ocegueda missed court and then made no effort to attend again until he was arrested and brought back to court. So I agree some cash is appropriate. I will order $500 cash on 23 CF 490. $500 on 23 CF 3161. The same conditions will apply on both those as was ordered back in 2023. Okay, sorry. And $500 on 26 CF 553. On the 553 case, sir, I will order that you have no contact with La Concha Bakery or with Tina Hay. On the 26 CT 172, we'll order signature bond, we'll order that you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license or a functioning ignition at all. Time limits for the preliminary hearing on the 553 case.
Si usted piensa que se va a permanecer aquí por más de 10 días, tal vez no debes renunciar tiempo, pero si va a salir, puede renunciar los límites de tiempo para la siguiente audiencia.
Okay, pues.
I don't understand.
Pues sí,
Usted tiene derecho a celebrar la audiencia preliminar dentro de, within 10 días.
pero me mata y no te juicio. Pero yo y luego, mira,
Sí. So, but if I'm not coming to this point, but then come back to another hearing like down the road.
Okay. We'll waive time limits.
All right, I will find the defendants waive the time limits. We'll schedule the matter for a status.
Vamos a hablar referencia sobre el estado del caso.
You will get that
Decidirá
date before you
esta
leave, sir.
audiencia antes de irse.
Good luck, we're adjourned.
Okay, muchas gracias. Gotta get warmer. But first.
What's the,
Gomez?
Ustedes no. 2005, ¿cuál fue el número 2?
no, ya también la asistencia para 2106, primer día.
Yes, apartamento 1.
No. Sorry.
Usted tiene estos cargos. Conducta desordenada, resistencia a un oficial, agresión a un oficial de la ley. ¿De los cargos?
No, la verdad yo no recuerdo que haya trabajado desde
Yes, I absolutely don't remember what happened.
We're not here. We're not here to talk about
Bueno, estamos hablando de los hechos del caso, solamente quiero confirmar que usted ahora entiende por qué es la acusación contra usted.
But you understand.
Usted sí entiende entonces que esos son los cargos contra usted. Are they serious?
No, they're misdemeanors.
Sí, son delitos graves.
Or that's a felony.
No, este es un
That's a low level felony.
Sí, es un delito. Agresión a un oficial de la ley.
This is 26 CF 583, State of Wisconsin versus Oscar Tamax de Gomez.
Oscar Tamax de Gomez.
Appearances, please.
Comparecencias, por favor.
the state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Tamaxas Gomez appears by Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. The address needs to be changed. The correct address is 2106 Rosemary Road. Rosemary? Rosenberry Road, Apartment 1, Madison, Wisconsin.
And I reviewed a copy of the complaint. I find that it states probable cause. I'll enter not guilty plea to counts 4 and 5, which are the 2 misdemeanor counts. What's the state's position on bond?
No objection to a signature bond, but with the condition that the defendant not have any contact with MLA or OZZ, that he be banned from Casa Zaragoza on Park Street, that he have no contact with Madison Police Officer JB, unless required by their official duties, as well as the condition that he not consume any alcohol.
I promise.
All right, I'll take that as no objection,
Correct, Judge. We have no objection.
and I'll order a signature bond with those conditions. Time limits for the preliminary hearing, counsel.
We'll waive the time limits.
I'll find that Mr. Tamax de Gomez has waived the time limits for the preliminary hearing, and this matter will be scheduled for a status.
Será programado este caso para una conferencia sobre el estado del caso.
Sir, you will get that date on your way out.
Usted recibirá la siguiente fecha cuando se sale de ahí.
Make sure you return to court that.
Asegúrese que regrese a corte ese día indicado.
We're adjourned.
Estamos concluidos.
Shipman will be up, Robert Shipman via Zoom.
So I'm done.
Thanks so
With that 5 already.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Gonna get the criminal complaint, threw it back out that day.
Okay, thank you for letting me know.
All right, this is 26 CM 544, State of Wisconsin versus Robert Allen Shipman Jr. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Shipman, I would assume appears over Zoom. Currently, we can only see a cell door. I don't know if he's there. Attorney Stingle is in the courtroom for him. It is my understanding that he has received a criminal complaint. We'll just waive the formal reading of it. I have no updated address for him at the moment. And at this point, I think I would ask that the judge orders a competency evaluation be done. Competency has been raised in his other pending cases, and he currently has a competency hearing in his other cases scheduled for March 23rd, 2026 at 1:20 p.m.
Well, I'll start by indicating that I have reviewed the complaint. Well, actually, before I do that, Mr. Shipman, are you there? This is maybe the second appearance I've had with Mr. Shipman, who has refused to appear at the 2 prior hearings. Mr. Shipman, if you're there, can you speak up? I think he's there. I'm going to try again. Mr. Shipman, are you there? All right, well, Mr. Shipman hasn't appeared at the prior hearings. I don't expect him to appear at this one either. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I find that it states probable cause, and I'll enter not guilty pleas on his behalf. What's the state's position on bail or bond?
The state's asking for $1,000 cash bail, along with the ban from the UW campus, ban map area. This incident here is just a continuous violation of his bail conditions, or he's not supposed to be on the UW campus. He was in contact with law enforcement officers because he was in a building that he was not supposed to be in. In this instance, the officer asked him to, or yelled at him to stop. He wouldn't stop. The officer grabbed his arm and he had to be taken to the ground. Ultimately, there's numerous violations where he's on the UW campus in the past couple of years. I think that cash is necessary here to assure his appearance and ensure that he will follow his bail conditions.
All right, on behalf of Mr. Shipman, any argument?
Yes, I would request that he be released without bail. At this point, I have reason to doubt his competency to proceed. And because I have reason to doubt his competency to proceed, I don't believe at this point he can knowingly consent to any bail conditions. So I would ask that you do release him without bail, knowing that he will be in custody till at least March 23rd when his competency hearing is scheduled.
All right. I have, as I have done in the previous cases, I will order a signature bond in this case. And I will order that, well, find that there's reason to doubt Mr. Shipman's competency and order a competency evaluation as I have done in the other two cases. And the proceedings will be suspended given the competency evaluation. All right, we're adjourned on that matter.
Ryan Benz the sex. Benz, Ryan. Hey, where the yellow are you folks? And yellow edge for me, please. Yes, ma'am.
26 CM 539. This is State of Wisconsin versus Ryan Benz. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Benz appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. The address on it is still correct. We'll waive the formal reading of the criminal charges, and he's eligible for public defense representation.
I have reviewed the complaint. I find that it states probable cause, and I will enter not guilty pleas on Mr. Benz's behalf to counts 1 and 2. What's the state's position on both?
The state has no objection to a signature bond, but with the condition that he be banned from any Culver's location, as well as the condition that he not have any contact with Maria Lena P, as in potato.
Spell out your first name.
It's MARIELENA.
Any objection?
No objection to the signature bond or the no contact with MP. I do have an objection to the ban on all Culvers. I think the specific Culvers that's named in the criminal complaint is sufficient.
I'll note that when I asked whether there's any objection, Mr. Benz nodded, shook his head no. So I assume that this is a condition he can live with. I'm gonna order a signature bond in this matter. Mr. Benz, I'll order that you are banned from any Culver's location while this matter is pending. And I'll order that you have no contact with Maria Lena P.
All right, thank you.
All right, you'll get your next court dates when you leave. Make sure you come back.
Thanks so much.
Fry is next. Right. Right. And then go west. Yes.
This is 26 CF 592, State of Wisconsin versus DEVON L FRYE. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Fry appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. The address on it is correct. We'll waive its formal reading. And at this point, Mr. Fry is not eligible for public defender representation.
All right, Mr. Fry, this criminal complaint charges you with a number of crimes. 4 of them misdemeanors, 1 of them felony. So you have a right to be represented by an attorney. It sounds like you're not eligible for the public defender to appoint an attorney to you. So your options are to retain an attorney or to take the documentation you receive from the public defender about your non-eligibility and take that to the clerk of courts to apply for a lawyer at county expense. I've reviewed this criminal complaint. I find that it states probable cause, and I'll enter not guilty pleas on your behalf to the misdemeanor counts. What's the state's position on bond?
The state's asking for $2,000 cash bail. There's several Act 3 crimes here in this complaint, and the victim, I believe, needs protection from the defendant here. The state's asking for no contact with Hannah W., and that he be banned from the 500 block of East Main Street in Sun Prairie, and also that he not possess any dangerous weapons.
On behalf of Mr. Fry,
Attorney Wagner, what'd you do?
2,000.
I would be.
Okay, we're requesting a $500 cash bond here. It's my understanding that while, yes, these are Act 3 eligible offenses, he only has one prior criminal conviction from 2019. In that case, he had a signature bond. He made all of his court appearances, was sentenced to 80 hours of community service and successfully completed that. I think that shows an ability to follow rules and expectations that are set for him, and shows that he will come to court as he's been a Dane County resident all of his life.
what about the non-monetary conditions? Any objection?
No objection.
Right. It does appear that Mr. Fry made those appearances in 2019. It does appear that he completed the community service program. I will order signature bond in this case. I think that at this point, there's a little suggestion that Mr. Fry will not comply with the conditions of supervision or the conditions of bond. Those conditions are going to be that you have no contact with Hannah W. while this matter is pending, and that you are banned from the 500 block of East Main Street in Sun Prairie, and that you not use or possess any dangerous weapons while this case is pending.
Repeat that prior one.
Sure, I'll repeat all of them, okay? The conditions are that you have no contact with Hannah W. That you have be banned from the 500 block of East Main Street in Sun Prairie.
She doesn't.
All right. Well, either way, that was the request and I didn't hear an objection to it. And that you not have any possession or use of any dangerous weapons. Time limits for preliminary hearing, counsel.
And Attorney Stingle, is there a better address for your client for ban by law?
So you can go.
Well, before we get there, the 500 block at East Main Street, is that that's where you live?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any information about whether or not this is where he lives versus where she lives?
She lives with my mom.
Right.
Um,
Right. I'll ask Attorney Wagner, okay?
The address that we have is on East Main Street. In the 500 block.
I see in the complaint that it says that there was a report of a domestic incident. The caller was a social worker reporting that there was a client at the residence who was fearful for her life. Do you have any information, counsel, about the living situation and or whether or not Mr. Fry has somewhere else to go? Thanks so much.
She lives with her mom and she does not live in town. Her mailing address might be, but she has not resigned this.
Okay, it's council's understanding that the East Main Street address is his address. She does not live there. She lives in Evansville. So I guess at this point, we object to that.
So if I order the ban, does he have somewhere else to go or not?
What's that?
She's asking if she orders this ban, if you have any still live.
Not readily.
No, he does not.
All right, well, Here's what I'm going to do. I am going, without additional information, I'm not comfortable eliminating the ban. So I am going to impose the ban on the 500 block of East Main Street. If there's additional information that Hannah W. doesn't live there, and that only you need to live there, Mr. Fry, you can ask that that condition be removed at a later date. But at this point, without additional information, I'm not comfortable removing it. Time limits for the preliminary hearing, counsel.
Do you have an attorney, an idea of an attorney?
I don't have anybody in mind.
Okay, so why don't we waive the time for your preliminary hearing so that you can. Okay, we're gonna waive the time limits.
Fine, that Mr. Fry's waived the time limits. We'll schedule the matter for a status. You'll get that date on your way out, sir. Make sure you come back to court on that date. All right, we're adjourned on that matter.
They're gonna give you the court.
Right before.
Suggs is next, Charles Suggs.
Hugs. Wait, you're gonna go back for review.
Bill 26 CF 594, State of Wisconsin versus Charles Lee Suggs Jr. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Sounds good. Mr. Suggs does appear, however, the name listed on the criminal complaint, Charles Lee Suggs Jr., is not him. It is his father. He is Charles Lee Suggs III. Okay. The address on the criminal complaint is not correct. That is his father's address. Yeah, he doesn't currently have an address to update the criminal or just update the court with. And we'll waive the formal reading. At this point, I don't have information for the court on whether or not he's SPD eligible.
Yes, I could point out, I know you mentioned the other things that were inaccurate and demographic section of the complaint. It looks like the date of birth is also inaccurate. His correct date of birth is probably the one that's listed in the alias, at least according to the jail computer. I don't know if the state wants to look into that any further. You got it. It sounds like we have his father's name, address, and date of birth. It's the primary.
Let me check this out. This is the only one that we have in our database. What's the birthday we're looking for?
And one, please. That's great. Brandon been born in 1979.
Right, yeah. All right, can we recall this after I contact some people to let them know that it was incorrectly done?
Yes,
Thank you.
we'll come back to you, Mr. Suggs.
Yeah, that's what I'm back at. You think they'll get back to you today?
Yeah, it'll be.
Then we'll do, Carrigan, Wayne, Carrigan via Zoom. Correct.
The forfeiture.
Cool.
Are you ready for this one, Attorney Mike? You want to just let me know when you want?
Yeah, just let me finish typing.
This is a bulk, sure, most of it is.
Okay. Good afternoon. Are you Elaine Carapin or Carpinen?
Yes, I am.
Good afternoon, Ms. Carpinen. I'm gonna call 26FO403. It's Dane County versus Elaine Carpinen. Ms. Carpinen, I have in front of me a forfeiture complaint which charges you with county obstructing or resisting an officer. This is a non-criminal ordinance violation. The maximum penalty is a forfeiture of money rather than any jail time or anything like that. It's about as serious as a traffic violation. I will ask you what your,
Okay.
okay, I will ask you what your plea is to this charge.
Not guilty.
Before that, the county may want to make an offer to you to resolve the matter today. Attorney Wagner, are you prepared to make any offer to Ms. Carpenter?
Court costs.
So Ms. Carpenter, the county's indicated that if you plead either guilty or no contest, they'll ask that you pay court costs in the amount of $114.50. I can give you 60 days in which to pay that. I'll ask you what your plea is. You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. No matter what you answer, this matter's not going, not sure if there's anything else keeping you in custody, but this isn't going to keep you in jail any longer. What is your plea to this county obstructing or resisting an officer?
May I ask, can I do community service for the court costs? It's a poverty issue.
No, Ms. Carpenter, I don't have the ability to do that.
Okay,
can't-
so when would the not guilty commence? Like I would just have a future court date in front of a different judge, I presume?
Correct.
May I opt for that, please?
Yes,
So
I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf.
much
And we'll schedule the matter for further proceedings. And in the event that you want to have a jury trial, you have to ask for that in writing in the next 10 days. You also have to pay a non-refundable jury fee of, I believe, $36.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll get further clarity on that. Thank you so much for saying that. But I do believe I missed court for trespassing whilst in your custody. Can you see that? If that's the case? Because I thought my court was today for trespassing. It was a matter of your own apartment. And you dropped the bail jumping. So I'm not sure. You see, the bail jumping was the result of the trespassing. So I just want to make sure that I didn't miss court today for trespassing.
Trespassing is normally a municipal court issue, although Ms. Carpenter does have another open case that has a hearing scheduled 1 week from today on the 17th. This is gonna track along with that.
Thank you so much.
All right, good luck, Ms. Carpenter.
Thank you.
Green is next.
And just me 1 second, I'm trying to still work on it.
Let me know when you're ready, Attorney Wagner.
I'll stay here, but that ain't, this ain't my home address. You can send it to 15 Pines Drive in Fitchburg.
Okay, they're working on it.
All right, and this is 26 CF 589, so
This is
Wisconsin
Green.
versus Kevon Green. Is it Kevon or Kevin? Keegan, sorry about that. Appearances, please.
State appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Green appears in custody and in person alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We'll waive its formal reading. We need to update the address. The correct mailing address is 2015 Pike Drive, Fitchburg, Wisconsin. Apartment 4. And and he is public defender eligible.
I reviewed the complaint, find that it states probable cause. What's the state's position on bond?
No objection to a signature bond, but with the condition that the defendant not have any contact with Haley B. B as in boy.
I want to ask if it's common spelling on Haley, but I don't know what the
It's
common spelling is.
HALEY.
Any objection?
We have no objection to the signature bond or the no contact.
All right, I'll order signature bond. Mr. Green, I'll order that you have no contact with Haley B while this matter is pending. Time limits for the preliminary hearing, counsel.
Yeah.
We won't waive time limits.
Schedule the matter for a timely preliminary hearing to Buckner.
Wait,
What's next to do?
wait time limits?
No.
No, okay. Oh. What's next?
Once.
What's?
Are you Miss Watts? If you're Miss Watts and you can hear me, can you give me a sign, a wave, or a thumbs up or something? Okay, I'll take that. I'll call 26CM 546 State of Wisconsin versus Georgia Watts. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Ms. Watts, have you received a copy of the criminal complaint?
Who is the public defender that's defending me?
I am
She didn't say-
Attorney Stingle.
You were late. Thank you.
And what?
You were late for, it was at 1:30.
Okay, Ms. Watts, do you have a copy of the criminal complaint?
Yes, which everything is illegal and that's.
Okay, okay, Ms. Watts, we don't want to put anything on the record that could potentially incriminate you. So please just answer my questions. If you have received a copy of the criminal complaint, is the address on it correct? The 623 Bram Street?
You don't have to bust my business out. There's other people over here and I said it's confidential.
Okay, so Ms. Watts appears via Zoom through a meal slot. Attorney Stingle appears in the courtroom. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We'll waive its formal reading. We'll leave the address as it's on the criminal complaint for now. It's my understanding she is eligible for public defender representation going forward.
Right, I reviewed a copy of the criminal complaint and find that it states probable cause. I'll enter not guilty pleas on Ms. Watts' behalf. Ms. Watts, the reason the lawyer was asking for your address is because we want to we'll send the court notices by mail and we want to make sure you get them. It sounds like you have a copy of the criminal complaint. You don't have to repeat the address, but the address that's on the complaint there, is that where we should send your mail?
I don't live there anymore.
Okay, can you tell us where we should send your mail?
I don't live there anymore. I don't know. They took me where I was trying to, y'all took everything. I was in class, I was in school, all of that. On the 15th of Sunday, February.
So Ms. Watts, all I'm asking is where we can send your mail. Do you have anywhere we can send your mail or not? Otherwise, we'll send it to Bram Street.
Send it.
All right. Attorney Wagner, what's the state's position on bail?
No objection to a signature bond, but with the condition that the defendant not have any contact with Kylie S. That's KILEY. And or Blessing D, or the Walgreens on Park Street,
Yeah, you doing it right there. I can't hear it.
It's as loud as it goes.
as well as not to use or possess any dangerous weapons.
We have no objection to the signature bond or the conditions.
I'll order signature bond with those conditions. You'll get your next court dates before you leave, ma'am. Or adjourn on that matter.
Right here. Okay. Right.
They're working on a new complaint for what's his face.
Thank you.
This 26 CM 507, State of Wisconsin versus Melissa Raidner. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Ms. Rayner appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. The address on it is correct. We'll waive its formal reading. And I have no information at the moment for whether or not she is eligible for public defender representation going forward.
All right, Ms. Raidner, you have been charged with 2 misdemeanor offenses. They're crimes, which means you have a right to be represented by an attorney. It sounds like maybe the public defender wasn't able to evaluate you. The bailiff is handing you a piece of paper that's got instructions about contacting their office to apply for an attorney. I've reviewed the criminal complaint, find that it states probable cause, and I'll enter not guilty pleas on your behalf. What's the state's position on bond?
No objection to a signature bond, but with the condition to not be at the Rockdale Bar at 222 Water Street in Cambridge, Wisconsin.
We have no objection to the signature bond or the no contact at the bar.
All right, I'll order signature bond with those 2 conditions. All right, you are going to get your next court dates on your way out. Make sure you come back to court.
All right, so fine. Well, is that?
Right. So on what's his? Yeah, for SUGS, they're asking if we can just do a bail hearing today and have a complaint tomorrow because they can't get it done in time. It's gonna take too long because they have to create another profile for 2001 SUGS versus 1979 SUGS. I don't.
That's an option. We can do that. So
Okay.
don't make me a minutes to get that. I'll have it right by the end of the session. This is Ms. Well.
Yes.
Well, 26 CF 579 State of Wisconsin versus Talia LaRue Ruel. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Ms. Ruel appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. The address on it is correct. We'll waive its formal reading. It's my understanding that she is eligible for our services going forward.
All right. I have reviewed the criminal complaint, find that it states probable cause. What's the state's position on bond?
No objection to a signature bond, but with the condition that the defendant not have any contact with Meriter Hospital except for legitimate emergency medical services, that she not use or possess any alcohol and not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription.
We have no objection to the signature bond or any of the non-monetary conditions.
All right, I'll order a signature bond with those conditions. Time limits for the preliminary hearing.
Um, yes, we'll waive time limits.
All right. I'll find that Mr. Well has waived the time limits. We'll schedule the matter for a status. You'll get that day on your way out, ma'am. Make sure you come back to court then. All right,
Good.
we're adjourned.
Crawford, this next, Crawford. It'll be her.
Are you Mr. Crawford?
I am Mr. Crawford, ma'am.
All right. Then I will call 26 CF 576 State of Wisconsin versus Kyle Crawford. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Crawford, sorry. Mr. Crawford, do you have a copy of the criminal complaint?
Yes, ma'am, right here.
Do you understand what you're being charged with?
Not really. I think it's
Would-
obstructing.
Okay, can you read the criminal charges? You don't need to read them out loud, but like, do you understand what they are? Or would you like us to read them to you?
I would like you to just reread what am I being held for, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Is the address on there correct?
308 East Bluff?
Yeah, is that the correct address for you to receive mail?
Correct, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Crawford appears via Zoom through a mail slot. Attorney Stingle is in the courtroom for him. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. The address on it is correct, but we do not waive the formal reading of the criminal complaint.
I think that by statute, the state has to do it.
Oh, great. Go ahead. It's
But I wouldn't object to the state just reading the charge, the date, and the potential penalties.
I'll tell you, counsel, that that's generally how I do it at initial
Sure.
appearances, and I think that that's. Mr. Crawford,
Yes, ma'am.
is it okay with you if the prosecutor reads what the charges are and what their penalties are?
I'm pretty aware of what the charges are and the penalties. I'm okay with that. It's just
Okay.
that, may I say something?
No, it's not.
Hold on, counsel. Mr. Crawford, we're just here for initial appearance. It's the first step in a criminal case. There are just a couple of purposes to today's hearing. It's to advise you of the charges against you. That's what the criminal complaint does. If you have trouble reading that document, we can read it out loud to you, but the two charges are obstructing an officer as a repeater and felony bail jumping as a repeater. If you'd like the prosecutor to read the entire 4-page criminal complaint to you, then we can take the time to do that. The other purpose of today's hearing, did you say no, you don't want that?
No, ma'am, I fully understand what's.
Okay. The other purpose of today's hearing is to set bail or bond. And so after we're through advising of the charges, the prosecutor is going to make an argument about what the state thinks the bail or bond should be. And then the attorney who's in the room here from the public defender's office is going to make some argument about bail or bond. We're not gonna have a trial. I'm not gonna take any evidence. I'm going to assume that you are not guilty of these charges. And so you don't have to say anything about what may or may not have happened or what you agree or disagree with. Moreover, there's another person in the courtroom here who's writing down everything everyone says. And so in the event that you say something that might incriminate you, it's going to be here as part of the record for the state to access. And so at this point, I'm going to suggest that you not say anything except to answer whether or not you want this 4-page document read out loud to you.
I do not.
I didn't hear you, sir.
He's shaking his head no.
I do not, ma'am. I do not want it read. I fully understand.
Sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Crawford.
No problem.
I have read the complaint. I find that it states probable cause. If I didn't say that already, I'll enter not guilty plea to count 1, which is the only misdemeanor count. What's the state's position on bond?
The state's asking for $1,000 cash bail, as well as the condition that the defendant not consume or possess any alcohol. The defendant failed to appear on February 19th, 2026, after just posting $500 cash bail and 25 CF 1732, and was out on a warrant for that case when he ran from law enforcement in this matter. I think that justifies the additional cash. I would ask the court to impose that. Thank you.
Counsel, any argument?
Yes, I'm asking for a signature bond here. These are not Act 3 eligible offenses. And yes, he does have one pending case where he had a non-appearance on February 18th. I have talked to his attorney about that non-appearance. And the motion to quash, based on them having contact, the motion to quash was filed within 2 weeks after that missed court appearance. And it is my understanding that he has a bond hearing for that case in front of Judge White tomorrow, where counsel will be asking for the $500 to be cash bond that was posted in that case to be reinstated. We're asking for a signature bond here. And then I would say, because he is public defender represented, that $500 would be enough to ensure appearance in both cases.
All right, well, given that Mr. Crawford missed court just last month and then ran from the police, I do think there's some basis upon which to conclude he is not going to be willing to come to court as ordered. I'll order $500 cash bond in this case as well. I'm not going to order any non-monetary conditions. Time limits for the preliminary hearing, counsel.
I'm not going to waive them at this time, being as he's going to talk to his attorney tomorrow and they can decide how they would like to proceed from there.
We'll schedule the matter for a timely preliminary hearing. Mr. Crawford, did you say something else?
Ma'am, I had a court date for 3/19 in the mail. They had it for 2/19. I've been coming to court.
Mr. Crawford, I'd recommend that you just talk to your attorney, Eric, tomorrow at your hearing. Okay?
Yes. I don't know.
All right, we're going to be adjourned on that matter.
William McCann is next. Yeah.
It's 26 CM 511, State of Wisconsin versus William McCann. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. McCann appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We're going to waive its formal reading. The address on the criminal complaint is correct. And I don't have information for the court at this time on whether or not he is public defender eligible moving forward.
All right, Mr. McCann, you've been charged with 3 misdemeanor offenses. They're criminal offenses, which means you have a right to be represented by an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
It sounds like perhaps the public defender wasn't able to evaluate you before right now. And so the bailiff has provided you a document which contains instructions on applying for a lawyer from their office. I'd suggest you do that as soon as you can.
Yes, ma'am.
I've reviewed this criminal complaint and find that it states probable cause. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf to these 3 counts. What's the state's position on bond?
State's asking for $500 cash bail, as well as the condition that the defendant not have any contact with ALG or BEV, and that he be banned from the 500 block of Northport Drive, as well as the condition that he not use or possess any dangerous weapons. The defendant was released on a signature bond on February 19th of 2026, with the condition not to possess any type of dangerous weapon. Additionally, the defendant has a lengthy criminal record the state of Illinois, with dates of arrest ranging from 2006 to 2022. These cases include assault of behavior, drug-related matters, and at least one felony. During the investigation of this case, law enforcement established that the defendant's phone was active in Elgin, Illinois area. So he has the ability and the means to leave the state, and he did so after this event occurred. I think that some cash bail seems reasonable given those circumstances.
Can I ask you to repeat the address band?
500 block of Northport Drive.
Anyone else? Yes, I can. I have no insurance. But they rent out.
Okay, we are asking for a signature bond here. These are not, and objecting to the area ban at the Northport address, as that is his primary residence where he does in fact pay rent and pays for the bills. This is not an Act 3 eligible offense. And while yes, he does have one other open case where he's on a signature bond, in that case, prior to these two open cases, his last criminal case was in 2022, where he successfully completed 2 years of probation. I think completing that probation shows that he has the ability to follow rules and conditions and can successfully get himself to court in the future.
I don't see that Mr. McCann has any history of having this court. I think given that the signature bond is appropriate, that's what I'll order. I'll order that you have no contact with, is it ALG counsel? Is that what you mean?
It
I can't read
was
my own hand.
ALG and BEV.
I'll order that you not possess any dangerous weapons while this matter is pending. I think that the no contacts will cover your contact with these other people so that you can still live in your unit in this building.
It's my understanding that these victims have the same address.
I understand looking at the criminal complaint that they live in different units in the same building.
Okay.
I think they can manage to get in and out of the building without having contact with one another. If it's a problem, Mr. McCann, then I am going to see you again and we're gonna have a different conversation, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I respect that.
All right.
Like I mentioned her, I don't, if I can speak, I just stay in the shelter.
She's not ordered. You're good.
As long as you don't have contact with these people,
Yes, ma'am.
then it's not a problem. You will get your next court dates on the way out.
Thank you so
Make sure you
much.
come back.
Have a great morning.
Murphy is next.
Yeah, they still are working furiously at issuing that complaint.
I made the group file to monitor call dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, much different. So you'll be ready for some. I thought so. Yeah, maybe. Well, no, that's not Russell's case. Okay.
What is this? Sorry.
This is Mr. Murphy. It's 26 CF 578. State of Wisconsin versus Malachi Murphy. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Murphy appears in custody and in person alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We'll waive its formal reading. The address on there is correct. It is my understanding that he is eligible for public defender representation going forward.
I've reviewed the complaint, find that it states probable cause. What's the state's position on bond?
The state is asking for $1,000 cash bail, as well as no use or possess of controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription. The defendant is out on bail for similar possession with intent to distribute marijuana case. And he was released on a signature bond and now is in possession close to 10 times the amount that he was found with him in the earlier case. Violating the specific conditions of his bond, not to possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia. He's engaging in exactly the same behavior, and his exposure is only increasing at this point. So I think that some cash bail is appropriate.
On behalf of Mr. Murphy.
Thank you. We are requesting a signature bond here. These are not Act 3 eligible offenses, and purely looking at whether or not he is going to appear in court. He has a stellar record. He's never missed a court date in his life. And
CCAP shows he wasn't at a pretrial conference on November 21st of 2025. This does indicate that he was excused, that the attorney called and said he didn't know about it, but there is a missed court appearance. There wasn't a warrant, but it wasn't there.
okay. He was in contact with his attorney. It's my understanding that, he's never had a warrant issued for his arrest. Pretrial or the public safety assessment is requesting only a signature bond here, which I think is more than appropriate. He is employed at Madison Commercial Landscaping. He's worked there for the last 4 months. He has 2 children that he supports, ages 2 and 5, and he's lived in Dane County all of his life.
All right. I agree that the signature bond is appropriate given Mr. Murphy's history of attending court appearances, with the exception of that one where his absence was excused. It's consistent with the recommendations in the public safety assessment. I'll order, while this matter is pending, Mr. Murphy, that you not use or possess any controlled substances without a valid prescription, that you not possess any drug paraphernalia.
Yes, ma'am.
Time limits for preliminary hearing, counsel.
Okay. So it looks like Emma is your attorney.
Yeah, but I have.
Okay. Do you? Okay, so then. We're gonna waive time limits on the preliminary hearing.
Find that Mr. Murphy's waived the time limits for the preliminary hearings. After the matter for status, you'll get that data on your way out. Make sure you're there.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Are we still expecting a new complaint to be filed this afternoon?
Yes, a message just came through. It's gonna reissue in just a second. They're going to get this baby filed.
We'll be holding on to those.
All right.
But we're gonna do it right the first time. Or, okay, that one. Very good. Oh.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch this.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Harrison? Brandon Harrison?
All right, call 26 CM 545, State of Wisconsin versus Brandon Harrison. Appearances, please.
State appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Harrison appears in person in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. The address on it is not correct. We would like to update the address to the Salvation Army, 4502 Milwaukee Street, Madison, Wisconsin, 53714.
I guess I have a couple of points to make. The Salvation Army is 630 East Washington, there's a complaint. 4502 Milwaukee Street, I think it's 53704.
Yes, the family shelter.
Is that
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk.
That's okay.
And it's not the post office 4602, it's 4502 Milwaukee Street.
Okay, yeah.
Then yes, use that address, please.
Is there any sort of unit number that we should be using?
My room is 314.
340. Thank you.
Correct. And he is eligible for public defense representation going forward.
All right, I didn't see this complaint before I came over here, so I'm just going to take a minute to read it.
What I'll ask for.
Just got raised. Wants me for the bad. I got a job that I could start. I've already to a app service and it's 2 days already. And it's that the salvation of that thing. All my life. He just keeps saying he needs me.
Yep, that's what I'll ask for. I'll ask for some tribute.
I've reviewed the complaint. I find that it states probable cause. I'll enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Harrison's behalf. What's the state's recommendation on bond?
No objection to a signature bond, but with the condition that the defendant not have any contact with the child victim.
My son's.
Not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription, and not to use or possess any alcohol.
Hold on. Attorney Wagner, any additional identifying information about the child victim so that this condition may be enforced if necessary?
No.
Mr. Harrison, not your turn yet.
Initial CLH.
All right, counsel, on behalf of Mr. Harrison.
Oh, I can't go with my mom.
We have no objection to the signature bond or the conditions except the no contact with the child victim. We would ask instead it be no contact, but for as allowed by CPS. CPS is very much, it's evident that they're very much involved in this case and they're in a much better position to determine whether or not he should be able to have contact with the child victim in this case.
Attorney Wagner, does the state have any input or thoughts about that condition as sort of modified the contact as permitted by CPS? I can't tell obviously from the criminal complaint to what extent they have any involvement here.
I didn't have an opportunity to read the CPS report or anything before the hearing. My victim witness coordinator is getting me some information right now.
It's not clear to me on the based on the complaint whether this where that leaves the child if Mr. Harrison isn't allowed to have contact. That's why I ask.
It's my understanding that the child is in the custody of his mother and sister at the moment. And that CPS is involved in the case. And has been here to see him today.
Well, the apparently the child is with the aunt and also in Rockton, Illinois. Additionally, the defendant had mentioned to CPS that he wanted to take the child and drop him off at a church because he didn't want him anymore. I think that no contact is appropriate.
Okay, Mr. Harrison, I have limited information sitting here. And so I think based on the limited information that I have sitting here, I am going to order that you have no contact with CLH at this moment.
So CPS, that's okay.
No, Mr. Harrison, right now I'm ordering that you have no contact. It may be that with some additional information at a different court date, the court will modify that
That's
condition.
okay. Probably better. I don't see my kids that way.
Mr. Harrison, I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription while this matter is pending, and that you not consume any alcohol. I'll order the signature bond if I didn't already say so. You'll get your, sorry, actually, this is a misdemeanor. You will get your next court dates on your way out. Make sure you return to court.
You get to go home to, yep. Good luck, sir.
Stevens is next, Jonathan Stevens. Forfeiture. Wait on that one. Do you think there's gonna be a new criminal complaint or an amended criminal? Or you
A
don't?
new criminal complaint. There's,
All right, I'll call 26 FO 405 Dane County versus Jonathan Stevens. Are you Mr. Stevens?
Yeah,
Okay. Are you sure?
I go by Jocelyn
Okay.
and I'm hermaphrodite, so like I don't really care for the Jonathan name, but I guess legally I'm still standing because since I got here, I haven't been able to do anything in the regards of my dreams going
Fair
in that
enough.
direction.
I have in front of me a forfeiture complaint. It charges you with a county disorderly conduct. It's a non-criminal ordinance violation, meaning the maximum penalty is forfeiture of money rather than any jail sentence or anything like that. I will ask you what your plea is to that disorderly conduct, but before I do that, I'm going to ask Attorney Wagner whether he wants to make any offer in order to resolve the matter today.
for costs.
So the counties indicate that if you want to enter a guilty or no contest plea to the disorderly conduct, they'll ask that you pay court costs. It's $114.50. Give you 60 days in which to pay that, or you can plead not guilty. Either way, this will not hold you in jail any longer. I'm not sure whether you're being held for some other reason, but this is not going to keep you in jail no matter what your plea is. How is it that you wish to plead to the county disorderly conduct?
In this case, unlike other ones that I've been in front of this court from before on other things, I'm gonna have to say not guilty because, well, it's not.
You don't have to
not
explain
guilty.
yourself, Mr.
Exactly.
Stevens. I'm going to enter the not guilty plea, schedule the matter for further proceedings. If you want to have a jury trial in this case, you have to make that demand in writing in the next 10 days.
Okay.
And you have to pay non-refundable jury fees of $36. Otherwise, the matter will be tried to the judge.
All I asked for the 90-day expenditure, expected to do, I can't say the word expenditure. It's not expedited, but expenditure.
Well,
90 days to whatever.
what's going to happen is it's going to be set for a further proceeding. So you're going to get another court date.
Okay.
If you want this matter tried to a jury rather than just the judge, you have to do that within 10 days and pay those fees. Otherwise, the matter will be tried to a judge.
Okay.
Okay? Good luck. Please. I think Matthew.
Peace.
This is 26 CF 590 State of Wisconsin versus Matthew Thies. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Thies appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We'll waive its formal reading. Is this a letter? Where do you want to get mail? This one or this one?
Sure, this is legal, I just, that's also that actually kind of this 5122 Lacey was my legal address currently.
So it's
That's the
okay to
one
get
I
mail
moved to
to?
with my friend, but I don't know if he's getting, but it is same on my possession.
Okay, so why don't we keep this? Okay, we're gonna, the address on the criminal complaint is correct. And at this point, it does not look like he is eligible for public defender representation at future court dates.
Mr. Thies, the criminal complaint charges you with 2 counts, 1 misdemeanor, 1 felony. You have a right to be represented by an attorney. It sounds like maybe you don't qualify for a lawyer from the public defender's office. Your options then are to hire an attorney to represent you. Your options that if you want an attorney are to hire an attorney to represent you, or to take some documentation from the public defender indicating that you're not eligible to the clerk of courts for an attorney appointed to a county expense. I've reviewed this criminal complaint, find that it states probable cause under a not guilty plea on count 2. What's the state's position on bond?
No objection to a signature bond, but with the condition that the defendant not have any contact with Kevin C. And that he not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription.
Any objection?
Of the cops to make it kind of coordinating versus the move for myself or do them. With him is this no contact with Kelsey permanently or for a period of time. I don't think so. I'm gonna say no. Thank you. Then who do I go for the police to get into like contact with them through them?
The police order your attorney.
On my attorney. Okay, so got it. So
Okay.
no.
So at this point, we have no objection to any of the conditions or the signature bond.
All right. Order signature bond, Mr. Thies, while this case is pending, I'll order that you have no contact with Kevin C., that you not use or possess any controlled substance without a valid prescription, and that you not possess any drug paraphernalia. Timelines for the preliminary. Actually, Mr. Thies, let me tell you, your next hearing is called a preliminary hearing because this is felony. It's a hearing to determine whether or not there's probable cause to believe that you committed a felony. That hearing has to take place within the next 20 days, unless you waive the time limits, in which case we can schedule it further out. Sometimes people elect to do that so they have time to get a lawyer and talk with their lawyer about the hearing. Would you like that hearing within the next 20 days, or would you like to waive the time limit so that we can schedule it further out than that?
Based on what I've heard about not being eligible for the public defender and not sure what to do yet, let's waive the time limit so that I can, I think that's the choice, so I can figure out what to do.
Okay. Find that you've waived the time limits for the preliminary hearing. We'll schedule the matter for a status. You will get that date on your way out. Make sure you return to court then.
Thank
Good luck, sir.
you.
Cleveland is next here.
Yep, we get to go home today.
Okay.
Cleeland,
Right.
This is 26 CF 588 and 26 CM 508, both of which are State of Wisconsin versus Peter Cleeland. Appearances, please.
the state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Cleveland appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received the copy of the criminal complaints. We'll waive their formal readings. The address on them is correct. And he is eligible for public defense representation going forward.
I reviewed these complaints. I find that they state probable cause. I will enter not guilty pleas on Mr. Cleveland's behalf to the misdemeanors. What's the state's position on bond?
In 26 CF 588, the state has no objection to a signature bond with the condition that the defendant not operate a motor vehicle. And then in 26 CM 508, the state also has no objection to a signature bond, but again, with that condition that the defendant not operate a motor vehicle.
Any objection?
No objection to either the signature bond or the conditions.
I'll order a signature bond in each case. In each case, Mr. Cleveland, I'll order that you not operate any motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All right. Time limits for the preliminary hearing.
Attorney. If you want to but she's asking whether or not so we're gonna waive the time limits.
find that Mr. Cleeland has waived the time limits in 26 CF 588 was scheduled to matter for status. Mr. Cleeland, you're going to get that date on the way out. And make sure you come back to court then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Good luck, sir.
Hopefully,
The,
no.
Walker is next, Tyrone Walker. Walker. And then go.
This is 26 CF 595, State of Wisconsin versus Tyrone Walker. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Well, this one is ours. Yeah.
Yep. I'll make sure she knows. Okay. Mr. Walker appears in did we call the case? Oh, I was talking to him? Yeah,
Yes.
okay, sorry. Mr. Walker appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. The address on it is correct. We're gonna waive the formal reading of the criminal complaint. And it is my understanding Mr. Walker is eligible for public defense representation going forward.
I've reviewed the complaint, find that it states probable cause. I'll enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Walker's behalf to count 2. What's the state's position on bond?
Your Honor, the state is asking for $500 cash bail, along with the condition that the defendant not operate a motor vehicle and that he not consume any alcohol. This would be his 7th conviction for an OWI, and in this case, he crashed into a tree and was in need of emergency services. I think that Dane County pretrial services would also be appropriate here to ensure his sobriety while the case is pending, while he's released.
Counsel, anything on behalf of Mr. Walker?
Yes, thank you. We're asking for a signature bond here. We have no objection to the conditions or the pretrial services. His last criminal case was his OWI 6 back in 2019. He had a signature bond there. He made it to all of his court appearances in that case. Being that he was out of custody, there he was sentenced to a year of jail and 3 years of probation. He successfully completed all that probation, which shows that he has the ability to follow through and do what he's told, and shows that he will come to court in the future. Also, I'd like to remind the court that this is not an Act 3 eligible offense. So we are just considering whether or not he will come to court.
Well, is there a way you can sit down? Or, no? Okay, Mr. Walker, I'm gonna talk fast. You're gonna be okay standing there?
Yeah.
Are you sure? All right. I am gonna order the non-monetary conditions. I'll order that you not operate any motor vehicle while this case is pending, that you not possess or consume any alcohol.
Yeah.
That you report to pretrial services for alcohol monitoring. And with respect to the bail. This is the 7th offense, alleged 7th offense, OWI. It comes with a significant mandatory minimum penalty. On the other hand, Mr. Walker does have a history of attending court. It sounds like I haven't heard that you've ever missed a court appearance. In fact, I've heard that you successfully completed probation. And so what I am going to do is order a signature bond in this case. Given the pretrial services, I think that close alcohol monitoring by pretrial services is sufficient to protect the public in this while this case is pending. timelines for preliminary hearing, timelines for preliminary hearing.
Here's the new plan for so it's.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, hold on to that.
It's wrong again.
If we just want to do a bail hearing, I have.
I think we're just gonna dismiss it and just do an order in.
We'll just do that, right?
Yep.
Well, I guess maybe we're going with second record. I'm on record, both of the cases. Both of the,
Yeah, that's a good idea. We're gonna waive time limits.
All right, I'll find that time limits have been waived and we'll schedule the matter for a status. So make sure you're in your court date. Did someone give them a pre-process as well? Longer.
People being a lot. I just please have the point to you. Not taking a moment to make, I'm waiting for the medicine. Oh. Pretty for sure, yeah. Have you got it? Yeah. Let me just smell it. But that.
Charles.
Uh,
They got it wrong. I gotta dismiss that item.
Next we'll do subs. We're ready for them?
You can bring him in, yeah.
Wait, seriously. Just to get them out of the, he's been in here for a while.
yeah, it's gonna be in order and it's gonna get refiled.
Okay.
It's just that there's an issue and.
Well,
All right. I'm going to call 26 or recall 26 CF 594 and call 26 CF 569. The 594 case is State of Wisconsin versus Charles Lee Suggs Jr. The 596 case is State of Wisconsin versus Charles L. Suggs III. Appearances, please.
State appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Mr. Charles Suds III appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stengel.
The state's gonna move to dismiss the 26 CF 594 case as well as the group file because there was an error with the complaint that we can't get amended in time. So this will be refiled and scheduled for an order in.
So the other one is now, it's got a case number, is 26 CF 596. The second one, it's not a group file anymore.
Okay,
So you're moving to dismiss both?
correct.
Okay. I presume no objection and I'll
No
grant
objection.
your motion
Yep.
to dismiss. And did I hear you, sir, say your father is living or no longer?
My father passed since he's 3 years ago.
Okay.
Sure.
The only reason I mentioned it is because I was inclined to seal the CCAP record to avoid a public entry for his father, but it sounds like perhaps his father is no longer with us, so I suppose I'll wait for someone to ask to do that and I won't order it sealed. These are dismissed, Mr. Suggs. They are going to, are you gonna send him something in the mail?
I assume so.
when I looked before, I didn't hear that Mr. Suggs had a current address either in Stillman or on Plain Town, so that may not work as well.
Mr. Suggs, can you tell us where to reach you?
I'm currently homeless.
Is there anywhere we can send you mail? Because what the state wants to do is have you released today and have you come back in for a court date. But we don't have the court date now. And so.
Maybe we can brainstorm on a court date today. Attorney Wagner, do you think maybe this is something that can be sorted out and?
Let me. Look, I was just in the middle of a thought. Give me just a second. What? I guess I'm missing.
Anyway, why don't you take a minute and do it?
Yes, please. Thank
You don't
you.
have to think out loud.
Okay, the new one shouldn't have been dismissed. I'm sorry.
The 26 CF 596.
Yes.
Would you like me to print you a paper copy of the complaint?
Yeah, I can't see anything, so
I already provided defense with that copy of the new complaint, so they have it.
I've been provided with one.
This one,
Oh.
nicely folded in the middle.
Okay, I've been provided with one.
all right. Thank you.
All right, so
So the state is going to move to withdraw its motion to dismiss 26 CF 596.
okay,
It was timely refiled.
All
Or
right.
reissued.
that motion is granted. 594 will remain dismissed. Let's do an initial appearance on 596. If I haven't called it already, is 26 CF 596, State of Wisconsin versus Charles L. Suggs III. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Mr. Charles Suggs appears in custody and in person alongside Attorney Stingle. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We'll waive its formal reading. We have no updated address for the court at this point. And it is my understanding, or I don't have an update for the court on whether or not he's public defender eligible.
All right, Mr. Suggs, I have in front of me a reissued criminal complaint. It charges you with 3 counts. 2 of them are misdemeanors, 1 of them is a felony. They are all criminal offenses, which means you have a right to be represented by an attorney. The bailiff just handed you a copy of a document which contains instructions regarding applying for an attorney through the public defender's offices. I understand that perhaps they didn't have time to evaluate you today, or they weren't able to evaluate you before they filed the complaint anyway. So you should get in contact with their office as soon as possible. I have reviewed the complaint, find that it states probable cause, and I'll enter not guilty pleas on Mr. Suggs' behalf to the 2 misdemeanor counts. What's the state's position on bond?
No objection to a signature bond with the condition that the defendant not have any contact with Andrew S. or Chloe Z. That he be banned from the Amazon facility on 3650 Milwaukee Street. Also that he not possess any dangerous weapons and that he not drive. Which one?
The one that directs you to ask to have the party to the crime and dismiss.
Yeah, I did see that.
Are we, sorry, I was speaking with him. Are we holding or you want defense's argument?
I think maybe Attorney Wagner has a motion before that or no.
So my understanding is that the count one was reissued in the party to a crime box that was with the charge accidentally was checked. So I'm gonna move to dismiss that particular enhancer or subsection that was charged here.
Granted, counsel, any argument on behalf of Mr. Suggs regarding bond?
Yes, thank you. We have no objection to the signature bond as he has no prior criminal history. We have no objection to the no contact of the listed initials. We have no objection to the no contact at the Amazon or the area banned on the Amazon facility. However, we do have an objection to the no driving condition. My understanding is that right now, Mr. Suggs lives out of his car. He has a valid driver's license. He has valid insurance. I see no reason why we should impose the no driving condition. I think that's overly broad.
I imagine that the reason for the request is that the allegation is that Mr. Suggs swerved his vehicle toward someone and almost hit them with his car. That's the reason for the request. But Mr. Suggs, I'm going to order a signature bond. I'll order that you have no contact with Andrew S. and Chloe Z. Is it CHLOE?
Yes.
I'll order that you're banned from the Amazon facility at 3650 Milwaukee Street in Madison. Did you ask for the dangerous weapon?
Correct, yes.
That you not possess any dangerous weapon while this case is pending. Given that representation that's been made that you are living in your car, I'm not going to order that you not drive. But I'll leave it at that. What the preliminary hearing time limits, counsel?
So. Okay, we're gonna waive time limits.
By Mr. Suggs has waived the time limits for the preliminary hearing. We'll schedule this matter for a status. Mr. Suggs, you're gonna get the date for that status before you leave here. Make sure you commit it to memory or hang on to the form that's got the date on it, so you are sure to be here on your next 4 days.
Explain this. This is just the paperwork that the public defender's office will use. So if you want to publish every all this in the launch.
Is that the last one?
No, we have what? Corey
Corey Webb,
Well.
there's 2 of them.
Probably for often ways to get it.
I found it. Sorry, it was hiding.
This is 26 CM 540 and 26 CM 541, both of which are State of Wisconsin versus Corey Webb. Appearances, please.
The state appears by ADA Ben Wagner.
Do you understand what I'm charged with?
Yes.
Okay. Is the beginning still in custody? Okay. Mr. Webb appears in person and in custody alongside Attorney Stengel. We have received a copy of the criminal complaints. The address on them is correct and we'll waive their formal reading. It is my understanding he's eligible for public defender representation going forward.
I've reviewed both criminal complaints. I find that they state probable cause. I'll enter not guilty pleas on Mr. Webb's behalf. What's the state's position on bond?
No objection to a signature bond in each case. However, in 26 CM 540, the state would ask for a ban from Regent Street liquors, as well as no use or possession of alcohol. And then in 541, the state would request a ban from any Target store.
Any objection?
We have no objection to the ban of Regent liquor, no objection to the signature bond. We do have an objection to the no ban on any Target. I think that's overly broad. We wouldn't object to a no ban of the specific named Target at the Hilldale Way.
All right, Mr. Webb, I'm going to order signature bonds in each of these cases. On case 26 CM 540, I'm going to order that you're banned from Regent Street liquor while this case is pending, that you not use or possess any alcohol. At 541, I'm going to order that you be banned from any Target store. All right, we're adjourned on that matter. Good luck, sir. You'll get your court dates on the way out.
Thanks, everyone.
All right.